Okay, exit that. Go to income monitoring. The password is 1234. Enter. Hitting the next button will take you from the week to the month to the year. The raise and lower button will allow you to go from the days of the week, the months of the year, and the years from 1998 to 2010, if I'm not mistaken. But using the raise and lower button allows you to go through the months or the days as you want. And if you're on where it says Coleman Water, if you've exited and you're back to where the beginning where it says Coleman Water Wizard 102302, if you hit mute at this point, it should come up printed reports. If you ordered a printer, it will be mounted in the door. Your password is 1234, and you can print at this point. Let's go to select recipes. If you press the select recipes button, you're going to see where it says cycle in the top left-hand corner. Then it's going to say 1 colon, a number, 2 colon, a number, 3 colon, a number, 4 colon. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are cycles. Those are washes. On mine, it's 25, 6, 22, and 17. Y'all have probably got 23 and 28 somewhere in there. Those are recipes. Those are what the unit is going to run on that particular cycle. So a $7 wash, usually a cycle 1. On mine, it's going to run 25. On y'all's, I think it's 23. Well, because they've been messing with them. So you're going to need to know that that's an important step when you're making a recipe. If you want to change, if you've made a recipe and you want to change, press the triangle under change, hit the enter button until you get the cursor to the specified cycle, type in the new number and hit the enter key and then exit. If, you don't have them. They're in your owner's manual. You don't have them for a reason, because we're going to make our own recipe. And then you're going to make your own recipe. You're going to program the red line, and I'm going to check it off. And so I didn't give you all the recipes. That way you have to come up with your own wash. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Number, okay, cycle 1.
Cycle 1.
Yeah, that's like a preset.
No.
Right?
Huh?
That's a preset.
No. Cycle 1 is your top dollar. Cycle 1 is a wash package.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Cycle 1 colon, the number beside the colon is the wash package that you're going to run.
Okay, and that 23 is this package 23.
That is correct. It's already got it labeled out. And so, but what a lot of times I've seen happen is people will go through there, they'll make wash recipe 23, and then they don't ever go back in and select the unit to actually run that wash. And so it's not doing what they want it to do, and they make all kinds of changes and nothing ever changes. And the reason is because they're never told it to run that particular wash. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to change recipes, and we're going to come up at this point as a group, use the back of the paper or whatever you want to do, and we're going to come up with a wash. We're going to come up with an 8-pass wash. And then we're going to program the red line, and then y'all are going to come up with an 8-pass wash, and y'all are going to program the red line by yourselves, and then I will check it off to see if what you have in the red line equals your sheet. So get out a sheet, and the easiest way is to actually write it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Those will be passes that we will do. We will save this as cycle 2, and this will be wash recipe number 29. And it's important that you write it out. It's the simplest, easiest way to do a wash. 29. If you're trying to do it all in your head at the red line, one, you won't see the problems that you're going to run into. When you write it down, you do. You see that, oh, I don't have a high pressure pass on the back windshield for the Expeditions, so this wash won't work. I have tri-foam right before blower. That's not going to work very well either. I've run out of passes. I need to make a 10-pass wash. And you see all of these mistakes and these errors on paper as to where you don't see them when you're doing it out of your head and directly into the red line.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
A pass
Yes, sir.
is from the front to the back?
Yes, sir.
And then back to the front?
That constitutes a pass. Okay, so a pass starts when the boom starts to come out of the cradle, and the cradle is when it's all the way up. When it starts to come out of the cradle and drop, that's the beginning of that specified pass. So pass 1, when the boom starts to drop and pre-soak the front and then go up, it's still pass 1 to the rear of the car. When it gets to the rear of the car, it stops and it goes into pass 2 with a boom down timer. Right. And so pass 2 is where we do a test on the height adjustment eyes. So you have to have a boom down timer in pass 2. And it's got to be a minimum of 6 seconds. Even if you have rocker panel selected, and that's all you're going to have, the boom still has to drop on pass 2. And it's got to look funny, but it's just the way it is right now. But most of the time on rocker panel and tri-foam, if that's the only function selected, the boom does not come down, nor does the boom come down on blowers. Nothing comes out of the boom, and so we don't select for the boom to come down on those passes. What we need to do as a group at this point, we're going to make an 8-pass wash. Is this going to be an onboard blower unit or a regular unit? Onboard? Okay, so pass 8, let's start there, is going to be a blower. We know that. Now, is this going to be a 2-pass blower or a 1-pass? So 7 will be a blower as well. Pass 6 will be spot free because everybody's going to spot free before they blow the car off. So now we got 5 passes to go. So let's go back to pass 1. Pass 1, you're going to pre-soak the car. Tire cleaner, are we going to give them tire cleaner on this wash? Tire cleaner, okay.
That would be the second. No, it's still first.
We're only working on pass 1 right now. Okay, so the units has left home, it's going to the rear of the car, it's pre-soaking, as well as it's applying tire cleaner down the rocker panels. Okay, do we want a boom down timer to go in front of the car? You're gonna want one on pass 1. Let's go with 6 seconds. Also, you have an option to dwell at the rear of the vehicle. I wouldn't do that here, not on this wash. And so we're not going to use a dwell. And a rear pre-soak, you don't want to do that either because you're going to have the boom. Well, let's find out. Do you want to pre-soak on pass 2? Yes? Okay. Pre-soak. Okay, so on pass 2, we're going to have the boom come down and it's going to pre-soak. And we're going to have a 6-second boom down timer there as well. What else do we want to do on pass 2? Rocker panel, that's fine. We're going to go towards the front of the vehicle. Rocker paneling. Now we're at the front of the vehicle. Do we want to dwell? If it's winter time, you may want to dwell for 10 seconds if you're in a cold climate. Y'all aren't. Y'all are in a warmer climate. Y'all probably don't need to dwell. We'll go into pass 3 at this point. And what are we going to want pass 3 to be? Also, is this unit going to are we going to put tri-foam on? Well, y'all have a problem. Your wash is not going to work. But this is why we write it down. And so let's continue forward. Okay, so we're going to pre-soak. We're going to have the boom drop 6 seconds. And we're going to rock our panel on pass 3. Well, before we apply on pass 2, before we apply tri-foam, we're going to want to rinse the vehicle. So pass 3 is an HP rinse with a boom down time so that you're high pressure in the front of the car. Boom down.
6 seconds again.
Do 7. Let's get it kind of low. And while we're there, might as well go ahead and put a bug pass in because you're at the front of the car.
Put a what?
Bug pass. It's where the boom will go up and down 2 times.
Okay, so it's a double.
It's a double dip. Okay, now a bug pass, you're only going to do it on the odd numbers because that's the only time it's at the front of the vehicle.
What'd you say for boom downtime?
6 or 7 seconds.
7.
Yeah, let's drop it a little lower and get more of the bumper. We're trying to wash the car at this point. Also, we can put in a slow speed. If you're wanting to really get a good clean car, I would suggest you may want to put a slow speed in here.
On pass 3?
Yes, sir.
So that takes it from, a
55.
frequency
Yeah,
difference.
slow.
What's the normal?
55.
It's 55.
Or
and then-
yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
55.
and then it drops down to 30?
35.
To 35?
Why couldn't we have a triple sign, a triple sign on there for pass 4, and then clear coat for 5 right now?
I'm going to show you why. Okay, so now we're at the back of the vehicle. You want to put tri-foam on 4? Okay, and the boom down would be 0 because nothing's going to come out of the boom. Okay, so now we've tri-foam. We're back at the front. We're on pass 5. 5, what did you say we're going to do? A wax? And 5, a clear coat? Okay, HP wax is 5 with a 7-second boom down time. The problem here is you have never washed the back of the Expedition. There's never been high pressure applied to the back of the vehicle. Every even number is a low pressure function on y'all's wash. So that customer is going to leave with a dirty back windshield.
Thank you very much.
And that's why we write it down. This is exactly why we write it down. It's because it's easier to see that. Do y'all all see that, what I'm talking about? Go ahead.
No, I don't, why are we not getting the back of the vehicle?
Because the only time that you're at the back of the vehicle is on even numbers. So 2, 4, and 6 are all low pressure functions. So you haven't high pressured the back of the vehicle at all. All you've put is low pressure on the back of the vehicle. Because the odd numbers are at the front of the vehicle, the even numbers are at the back of the vehicle.
So spot, oh, okay, so like,
Spot free is a low pressure.
okay,
So what happens is you got to take out, the simplest way to fix it is remove 7. Turn 7 into spot free. Turn 6 into HP rinse. Or you can swap 5 and 6. If you want to rinse and then wax, that's fine. The problem is you may not rinse all the wax off with spot free, and which will cause spotting as well. So I prefer to wax, rinse, spot free. And okay, so now we got 4 with a tri-foam, 0 down, 0 on the boom down. We got 5 with an HP wax, 7-second boom down. 6 is an HP rinse. 7 is a spot free. Okay, on 6, let's go with a 7-second boom down. And 7, let's do a 7-second boom down timer. Pass 8, you will do 0 on the boom down.
Why do we have 2 blowers in there in the first place?
Because y'all wanted it.
Oh, I see, yeah.
You asked, y'all wanted it, and that's why we write it down. It's a lot simpler to see that when you write it down than it is to remember exactly what you did.
Okay, we've got 8 going to the back of the car on the blower.
No, 8 is going to go from the rear to the front. It's going home. You can only have a 4, 6, 8, or 10. Every wash has to be an even number. The lowest is 4, the highest is 10. And so you're limited on what you can do in some aspects. If you have a customer that's like, hey, I want 2 passes of blower, I want 2 passes of spot free and tri-foam, you have to use a 10-pass wash. It's impossible to fit all of that into an 8-pass wash. Blower, okay, also on pass 8, end of wash. All right, guys, let's start programming this wash in here before we run out of time. What we're gonna need to do is press the change recipes button, type in 1, 2, 3, 4, enter. We're gonna have to pick up the pace or we will run out of time. There'll be 3 words, copy, program, and view, all above the triangles. Depress the middle triangle where it says program. Okay, it should say recipe number, enter recipe number to program. Let's program recipe. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull one out of the book. 0 through 19 are factory programmed recipes. Okay, the easiest way would be to take this right here and compare it to a factory recipe and find one close. Well, we don't have our recipes handy, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pick one out of the book. We're gonna pick 5. So hit 5, enter. Okay, it's gonna say recipe number 5, pass 1.
How do you go back? 'Cause I
Exit.
did 29.
Exit.
You know, if you can't keep up, you know, we'll.
Hey, I was ahead.
Okay, what we do here is this recipe 5, the next button takes you to the next pass. The middle triangle where it says scroll takes you through that one specified pass. And in every pass, you're going to toggle on or off that function, okay? So we're gonna go through here pretty quickly so that we don't run out of time. We're gonna pass 1, tire cleaner is on, scroll, pre-soak is on, continue to scroll, leave everything off that shouldn't be on. Undercarriage we added, it is already on, which is good, continue to move forward. Boom down timer is wrong, change it to 6.0, enter. Always hit enter after your changes. After you've done that, hit the next button 2 times to go to pass 2. If you go to pass 3, if you hit the previous button, it'll take you back a pass.
The boom down is the last.
6, yes, sir. 6 seconds. Is everybody on pass 2? Not yet? Okay.
How do you get to pass 2 again?
The next button, next, the button labeled next will take you there.
So high pressure soap and high pressure rinse are the same thing, aren't they?
No,
You don't push out high pressure soap though.
but it's an option. If you don't have that option, it's... Okay, pass 2, let's scroll through there. You're gonna turn pre-soak on. You're gonna turn the boom down to 6 seconds, and rocker panel is gonna be on. Rocker panel is presently off. You'll need to toggle it on and then hit enter. Scroll through, pre-soak is already on. Continue to scroll through. Pre-soak dwell is on. You will want to turn that off and hit enter. And the boom down is different than what we had specified, so it will need to be changed as well.
What was that last one?
The boom down, 6 seconds. And then once you're done, go to pass 3. Okay, on pass 3, is everybody there?
No, I didn't see.
What?
Rocker.
Oh, go hit previous. This is the very first one. Okay, and then you just hit next anywhere you want, and it takes you to the next pass. Okay, pass 3, rocker panel is on. Toggle it off and hit enter. Scroll through until we get to the next. Let's see, we're going to have an HP rinse. You'll need to toggle it on. We had a bug pass there. It will need to be toggled on. On. There will be a slow speed that will need to be toggled on. And after you toggle it on or off, hit enter. Always hit enter.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the, when you select a high pressure, it goes ahead and it puts reclaim in the.
No, sir.
Well, it's only on this one.
You have to select reclaim.
It's only on this third one that
Well,
reclaim pops up though?
Yes, sir. And then it'll continue to pop up.
Okay, all right.
But reclaim, and I think it's on pass 1 as well for undercarriage.
Oh, well, okay.
I think. I'd have to look. Okay. Pass 4. The only thing on, you're going to have to turn soap off, and then you're going to toggle it off and hit enter, and then go to Tri-Foam and toggle it on. Pass 5, you will want to turn on wax with a 7-second boom down timer. Everything else will be toggled off. What pass are y'all on? okay? And just keep going. 7, you're gonna turn everything off but spot free with a 7-second boom down timer. And then 8. When you get to past 8, and you've gone through, you're gonna turn the blower on, and you're gonna zero, and you're gonna turn end of wash on as well on this pass. What we do is, the unit is not gonna know that it's an 8-pass wash unless you tell it. And the only way to tell it is to turn end of wash on that specified pass. Now, if you have end of wash on pass 6, it's gonna stop at pass 6. It's not gonna go past it looking for 8. Slow speed as well. You want the slow speed on, blower was on. And you're gonna zero out the boom down timer. Once you've done that, we're going to go into the next portion, which is saving the recipe. And this is an important step that I wanna do together. Okay, pass 8. Okay guys, everybody should say pass 8. Pass 8 should be done. Hit the exit button 1 time. Don't do it twice, 1 time. It should say copy, program, and view. Okay, what you have done is you've gone in there and you've taken my factory recipe, recipe number 5, and you modified it. Now you have to save it as a different special recipe. You have to save it as a custom recipe. 20 through 40 is the numbers y'all can use, okay? We have decided we're gonna use 29. So what we're gonna do is use the middle button, or the left-hand button where it says copy, press that. Your screen should say save recipe from recipe 5 to recipe whatever number. So type in 29 and then enter. Huh? No, do 29 and then enter. And then after you've hit enter, hit save. It's gonna say please verify copy. And it does this for a reason. So you don't copy over something you didn't want to accidentally do. If you do not hit enter after you put in 29, it did not accept it. And it stayed, it didn't go to 29. That's why I'd ask you to verify. So you have the option at this point to hit no and to go back. But let's continue forward. You should say please from recipe 5 to recipe 29. At this time you're gonna do yes, because we verified it. And the word saved is gonna come up in between no and yes. Okay, we now have saved, we now have a custom recipe. The custom recipe is 29, okay? Let's exit that. And now what we have to run it on cycle 2. And so what you gotta do is select recipes, the top left-hand corner. This is also a step that I look for when you do your own.
Exit twice to get out of
Yeah, go back to where it says Coleman Water Wizard.
Okay.
And then press the select recipes button in the top left-hand corner. And there you're going to select, you're gonna hit change, the arrow under change. You're gonna hit the enter key to drop the cursor to cycle 2. Type in 29, enter, and you're done. Now when somebody deposits some money to purchase cycle 2, which is the second wash, that's the recipe it's gonna run. It's 29, and the one you wanted it to run. That concludes our pumping plant basic course for today. If you have any more questions, please call David Rock at the Jim Coleman Company. Y'all have a wonderful day.